Hey, you guys. So today I have a message for artists that are getting ready to come out to Los Angeles, hoping to get out here and make it big. And I want to deliver some advice that I think is useful from a producer's perspective. So here we go. So one of the things I see pretty consistent with artists getting out here that are starting from the bottom, trying to build a career, is they start looking for established producers that they can get in with, that they hope will help champion their career, help them to build their recordings, their songs, help them to build a catalog so they can get out there and exploit it in whatever way. And hopefully those producers will also help come up with contacts that these artists can use to get inroads to record labels and such. And I want to be very honest with artists about that type of situation. It is super tough to find an established producer that is willing to take on an unknown, undeveloped artist, somebody that really has no momentum in the game. Most established producers are already going to be working on projects that are paying income. They may be working for labels where they know there's going to be some type of royalty involved, and they don't necessarily have time to stop for a few weeks or a few months to help develop an artist and see if they can blow them up. That's a big gamble. And like anyone, they're paying their bills. They've got a career that's in motion. They can't just stop. And so one of the things that struck me recently as I was thinking about that was that I've seen artists have success getting in the door using a little bit different angle, and that's as a songwriter. You know, most of the artists I see come in to my studio, they have some songwriting chops. They at least have some limited ability to write some lyrics or create some melodies. Some are very, very talented. And often the way it works here in town is a new artist, young person coming into town, they might move, for instance, to Hollywood, and they'll live there. They'll be associating with people that are just like themselves. They're artists or actors that are trying to find ways into the game. They're hanging out at the same clubs. They're going to the same parties. They're all friends with each other. Quite often, you'll find that if you see a group of artists that kind of make it around the same time, they all knew each other for years here in Los Angeles as they were trying to build their career because they were all friends, hanging out in the same part of town, all talking about the same aspirations, trying to play the same game. So that becomes a real key. Your friends in that situation in Los Angeles are your network. You're going to find that some of those friends are more established than you are. They've been here 6 months. They've been here 3 years. They're already going to have made some of the inroads that you hope to ultimately make. Those are the people that may take you in a door in a songwriting project where you meet a producer or you meet somebody from a record label or a publisher, and if you do something worthwhile on a song, or let's say as an artist you actually end up singing on the demo, all of a sudden you might start to develop a name for yourself in that sort of songwriting world that helps propel you as an artist. Now, I want to say this more than once in the video. There is no tried and true method. There are a ton of people that will come to this town today hoping to make their dreams come true. And 5 years from now, they'll be leaving this town because they've done everything they can think to do, and it just hasn't been a success for them. It's a tough, tough game. There's not just one way to do this, and I don't think that anybody has found a tried and true method. But I do believe there's some success opportunities in keeping that door of songwriting open. If you start developing relationships with people that are already in kind of a songwriter circuit, where they're working with established producers and they get to go in once in a while and write with other writers, other songwriters with an established producer, you are now hanging out in the right places, maybe studios at Universal, Warner Chappell, places like that. And those kind of environments could be key to helping you take the next step on your road as an artist. So if you come out to LA, don't try to come out here just as an artist. Think in terms of yourself as a songwriter as well. And again, my approach to what I'm saying here may be overly simplistic in that I'm just trying to lay out an idea. Do not think that what I'm telling you is easy. It's going to be a tough game and it can take a long while. Persistence is always the key. But this is definitely something you should keep in mind. Keep that door open. A couple of artists that I know that were working the songwriter angle as well are Katy Perry and Jason Derulo. In her early days, Katie had an album over with Sony, and it didn't do well. So she was around town. She was trying to figure out what to do with her career, and she ended up in some songwriting sessions. That's how I knew her. We wrote songs for another artist, but she was in the door, and she had her voice on numerous demos, and her manager was able to take those demos and go around to record labels and say, "This is my artist, check her out." Same with Jason Derulo. He was over there with J.R. Rodham, was the producer that signed him. At Universal, we became aware of Jason because we had a joint venture deal with J.R. Rodham. And so here comes Jason Derulo, and I remember one of the A&R guys that was excited about Jason. He said, "Look, Jason's a great songwriter now. He wants to be an artist too, but I'm not really worried about that. I don't want him to focus on that. I just want him to focus on songwriting." And, within a very, very short while, all of a sudden Jason comes up. Jason and J.R. Rodham come up with a song called "What You Say," and that just started blowing up. And all of a sudden the guys at Universal realized, oh, we do have an artist on our hands here. All right, for all you artists that are looking to come out to LA, just consider this another angle that you can work. Know that I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. You must persist if you're going to make it out here. It's going to be tough. There are going to be a lot of discouraging days. But, those people that stick it out, like the Katy Perrys, there are often great things that can come to you if you just stay with it. All right, you guys, I hope this was worthwhile. If it was, please like, please subscribe, and until next time.